Welcome in, everybody. It is another episode of the DNVR Rapids podcast, and it's a drawing room tonight. Seems so classy in a drawing room. Kind of an insane game, not classy game, wild game, and who better to talk about it than the fellas? I'm your host, Mitchell Carroll, and I'm joined by Cowboy Super Yah.
Very Mexican yah right now.
Gaucho Super Yah. How about that? How you like that?
Love it.
Meta layers. Also joined, of course, you know him, you love him. It's downtown Duane Brown.
Hey, Gringo Duane Brown today.
El Blanco.
Real quick, you know what's called gringos?
No.
Do you know, Duane?
I didn't hear your question. Say it again.
Do you know why they're called gringos?
No idea. I'm sure it's deserved, whatever it is.
Actually, so back in the day, in the wartime, Americans used to go scream, "Go green, go," because their soldiers wore green.
Huh.
So it stuck around until like American and Mexicans, that's how they saw. They're like, "Oh, gringo." They're the people that are yelling gringo, and it's gringo now.
You could be lying to me right now, and I completely believe you, and I respect that. That's my favorite kind of anecdote. All right. There was a game tonight. It was crazy. Rapids 3-3 with visiting Minnesota. They were second of the table. Haven't looked at the table since the end of the game. With 2 games in hand. Rapids could have tied them on points with a win. Instead, they get a draw. Felt like this game could have gone so many different ways. For the first 6 minutes, I was like, Rapids are going to absolutely murder them tonight. Right? And then 20 minutes later, I was like, I don't even want to do the post-game show. How can I get out of this?
I'm not going to lie. I was very mad at Kevin Cabraal for the first, 5 minutes.
He had 4 chances that didn't go in tonight. That were maybe the last one was he took that ball right here in the 6-yard box with no one around him, and it went 5 yards away from him. Whatever. We'll get into Kevin Cabraal, I'm sure.
He redeemed himself. We'll leave it at that for now.
Duane Brown's favorite player. It was crazy. Yeah, Rapids go down 1-0. I need to get these names correct tonight. They are not the mispronounced names in this one tonight. The thing that really killed me tonight was, and this is going to be a theme, but it was the breaks, right? Jung had, it was okay, first half. Here's why this sucks. First half, Minnesota had 55 passes or 50 passes, something like that. And they only converted 55% of those. They barely had the ball. They barely completed any passes. And yet they found runs out of nowhere to put Steffen just on an island. And Jung put 2 in the first half. And who was the other goal? ALLCITY. CI. How do you say it? I wasn't listening to the broadcast.
I wasn't listening to it either. I just saw the game. I muted it for today.
That was probably pretty smart, actually. But man, they just carved them up, right? So you get 1-0 to Minnesota. Kevin Cabraal on a classic Kevin Cabraal. Dead sprint ahead of everybody. I thought he took too heavy of a touch, and it came down to had to squeeze it past St. Clair. He does. Level game. you're like, okay, cool. Like, whatever. They gave up that goal, but it's run of play to the Rapids. They're going to find another one here, take control. That's the way this game's running. Great. But no, 27th minute, 23rd minute, I think, goal flagged offside live, looked offside. Apple was about a minute behind. So, we were talking about it. Then I have my phone going, next to my laptop on press row, see the replay, looked off there, wasn't ruled on, allowed the goal. Then John gets another one, same way. One pass from the midfield off a bad turnover, and he's just dead sprint alone. Put Steffen. I mean, Steffen was hung out to dry all night tonight. Well, first half, because they didn't really have the ball in the second half. So, how much of that do you think was on Steffen? Any of those three? Would you put any of those three on him?
Honestly, I wouldn't, man. A lot of this, I think, comes down to the style of play that the Rapids and Armas are trying to implement. And it's a very, hey, we're going to push forward. He said at the beginning of the year, we're trying to get forward. We're trying to get the ball and get going. Everybody's thinking that way on the team, including the defenders. So when they do get the ball and they want to go forward, it does leave a huge gap in the back. And you need Steffen to be Superman. And you can't have him be Superman every time. It's too difficult, especially when you're left one-on-one against very talented players like that today.
All night. And this is a problem, or all first half, and this is a problem we've talked about on this podcast right here. We've talked about this. There were 5 Rapids hugging that back line, dancing that back line, trying to create a run, trying to find a long ball. 5. That means 5 are behind you, right? And the second there's a turnover, you're done. And that second goal especially, they were all towards the sideline on a throw-in. Bombi misplays his guy, which means Keegan can't mark the outside guy as strongly because he's tight trying to keep that line. Ball goes around. Zach makes a save. Rebound goes for the goal. Bombi was out of position a few times tonight. Not his best. Duane, what'd you see?
Bad games for Bombi too.
Honestly, it was probably his worst game in a while. Duane, what'd you see from that back line tonight? Goal situation, midfield turnover, whatever it is. What do you see from that?
I mean, I saw a back line that wasn't paying attention to each other. I love that we play press. I'm all for it. I love the fact that for the first time in a decade, we're watching like attack heavy Rapids. So I'm all for it. But if you're going to do that, and everyone is pressing forward from the back line, this is what's going to happen. So Bombi is going to press. That's what he does. He's got the speed. More times than not, he's able to get back. So if you see Bombi playing that high, that's on Keegan or that's on Maxu to come back. And they didn't. And I thought Keegan had a great game on offense tonight, but he was getting smoked on some of those turnovers, and that's because that's not like Keegan playing poorly. It's that the other guy is way faster than him. That's just, how humans are built. But when you are in a matchup like that and you already know Bombi's going to be pressing hard, one of those two guys has to drop back and cover. And they just weren't doing that in the first half. It was better in the second half. But the first half, that's why we were getting torched. And it was just not being aware, and everybody being up. Not everybody can be up. Someone's got to be able to cover. We can't rely on Bombi's speed every time. And maybe we've gotten used to that, maybe. And so it was one of those things like, Bombi will get it. But he didn't get it tonight, whether he wasn't the fastest guy on the pitch or whether he's just played almost half a season now, and your speed's going to drop off. You're not going to be the fastest guy every game all season.
No, look, as Chris Armas has said, he needs to be the master of the basics. Tonight, he relied on speed and speed only. He was out of position, and it cost the Rapids a win that they should have had. They dominated the game. Okay, halftime hits. It's 3-1. They have that crazy we were calling it the NYCFC corner because they took that free kick like right outside the box, like on the end line to end the half. Georgie almost tucks it, doesn't get it, which is fine. It was, interesting chance, turned into nothing. So halftime, you're like, okay, how can they get this? How can they reset? They make the move that honestly I almost expected to come with the starting lineup, but Ollie off, Ronan on. So Ronan gets his longest stretch since the injury, 45. And I thought he looked pretty good. I think his impact was felt, especially when it was time to run forward. He was fine being the impromptu backline playmaker, recycle it to me. I'll find a winger. I'll get it into the middle. I'll do, whatever there. Shout out to Kevin yes, our guy, Kevin Trio in the chat, in the Toyota chat presented by the 2024 4Runner. Shout out to everybody in there. Kevin with the $5 super chat. Thank you, Kevin. Mexican Kevin, handshake, French Kevin. We're unstoppable, baby. That's right. Ronan comes in, makes his presence felt. It was really good. But not much really happens for about 15 minutes. And then Rafa with one of the nicest headers I've seen a Rapid have off a corner. That was gorgeous. You can't do any better than that. Puts it right in the side net in there, yeah.
What did the Rapids end with tonight? 8 corners to 0 for Minnesota.
I can tell you right now.
It was 9?
0 corners for Minnesota. 9 corners for Colorado.
That just goes to show, man. The Rapids were attacking. They wanted it tonight.
2.97 XG. Sorry, go ahead.
Honestly, today it was on the defense. And it is the style of play that Armas wants to play. It is the style that he wants everybody to push up. But when you do that, you do need very strong communication from your back line and from those midfielders to be able to push that high up. And it just wasn't there today. I am even starting to wonder if they do go to that diamond formation, or if they put Jordy out to the left and they put Omir on the right, and maybe you get a different set of wingers out there so you can keep that midfield of Ollie, Cole, and Ronan. But at some point, communication has to be key in these kind of plays, because when you are trying to score that much and you are getting 9 corners, that means that offensively you're churning at a high rate, you're getting shots off, you're getting into the final third. But if on the other side you're just allowing the other team to attack you and score almost on every shot, it just, at the end of the day, it doesn't make a lot of sense to play that way, because you're just going to end up with these kind of games, 3-3 draws, 5-3 losses against RSL, or a 3-3 draw. What was it? A 3-2 loss against San Jose for that same reason, because you are going out there to get the goal. All credit to Rafa, man. What is it, 5 games in a row that he scored?
Yeah, first
4. Did Rafa get credit for the goal tonight, or was it?
Yes, it was his goal. It was his goal. It was a header. Mm-hmm. First Rapid since Omar Cummings in 2010 to score in 5 straight. Pretty awesome.
What happened in 2010?
Yeah. Oh, I know what happened in 2010.
Here we
I know what happened in 2010. Yeah, I got his hot take at the start of the season is looking good. So Minnesota responds to that goal, right? 3-2. They take off Sangbin Jung on a brace. They take off Rosales, who he was on a yellow, so I get it, but he was an impact guy. And they take off Robin Ludd. And I was like, they just are gonna park. They're gonna reverse into the spot. They're gonna, they're just gonna park that bus in cozy back there. And they just started picking up yellows left and right. Taylor, Arriaga, Rafa gets the penalty. Oh, I think that should have been a red, but I mean, that was a full cleat from behind. If the ball hadn't already left Omir's foot, I think it's a red. Either way, Rafa, I think it was a good penalty. I mean, I don't know how different he would take that again. He puts it 3 inches higher. St. Clair doesn't get his foot on it. He gets the wrong way, gets a foot on it. Tip your cap. It's a good defender, right? Or a good keeper. Mm-hmm. Move on. Unless you guys feel otherwise.
He scored many of these.
Yeah.
I think we jinxed him by saying that he was never going to miss one. But we know he's a good penalty taker. At the end of the day, St. Clair's a decent goalie. You can't make 100% of the shots all the time. So
I love the hating energy. Yeah, he's decent. I love it. 2 minutes later, Duane's guy, Kevin Cabraal, that put Cole with just, I mean, this might have been the best pass I've seen Cole put on anybody. I mean, just a dime from the right wing to Kevin in the box. His header goes, look, you couldn't have drawn a straighter line from his head to St. Clair, and it still goes in because for some reason he decided to give the Rapids the tying goal. It looks like Andre Onana out there. Psych, FA Cup champs, baby. Had to get that one in there. Okay, let's keep going. I had a great soccer day
take
today.
that credit away from Cabral.
I mean, dude,
He should not have scored. That should not have been a goal.
Dude, he put it in the goal. He hasn't hit a header that went on goal yet all season. He finally got one on goal and it went in.
Sure, shouldn't have been a goal. Shouldn't have been a goal.
so I'll take the middle and say you guys are both right.
There you go. I love that about you, Yaya. Can't be wrong if you say both people are right.
This is the real truth though. Cabral, I think, had a good game.
He had a really good game.
The thing is that because of all the misses, it wasn't a great game.
Yeah.
But the Rapids don't draw this game without Cabral. He was an integral piece to everything that happened today on the pitch. Without him, this game would have been lost 3-1, 4-1, whatever it was. And for that, you got to give him all the credit in the world because Cabral did come in and help this team grind to a 3-3 draw.
Yep. No, he was an absolute workhorse, and we'll dig into him a little bit deeper. Timu Pukki comes on, former Schalke man, my guy. Not tonight. Not tonight. Not tonight. You're not my guy. Normally you're my guy though. Timu Pukki, what a guy. Paddleford gets a yellow. I can't believe there weren't more yellows. That was 74th minute. That doesn't track with what I saw, that the last yellow of the game was in the 74th minute. There was so much shithousery for the last 20 plus. Just CONCACAFing it up, baby. Calvin Harris comes in the 84th. He was fantastic. I would have subbed Omir at that point and let Kevin keep cooking, but I get it. And then 86th minute. Jonathan Lewis.
Man, all respect to J-Lou. I don't need to see you in the game anymore. I'm want you to leave and get a chance to prove that you can still be a guy. We got Himani in the bench. Give him some run of minutes. Let him go out there and do something. Like,
he was
leave Cabral out there instead of take Omir out instead. Like, but I do not need to see J-Lou out there anymore. We know what he brings when he doesn't bring much to the table anymore.
Nope. So, and immediately he gets a chance, right? They get that break. They get like a 3-on-2, 3-on-3-ish break. Ball lands at his feet. He does and kicks it into nothing. Turnover. Best chance they had. Yeah, I mean, crash the car. She nailed it, bud. It's they were Georgie and Cole. I think everyone gets frustrated when J-Lou gets out there because he doesn't pass. And if he does, it's too late anyways. He already missed the chance because he was trying to stutter step into a goal. Game ends with basically a mirror to the second half, right? So from the other side of the goal, but about the same position on the line, few yards more out, so you have a bit more of an angle. Ronan with the right foot to curve it in, finds Calvin Harris with, this is the 100th minute of the game. Best chance they had. I think they had 3 corners in stoppage time, or 2 corners in stoppage time. 2 or 3. And this last free kick finds Calvin in the box, finds his head, sends it over the bar, final whistle. Ball game, good night. Draw. You take it. You guys want to hear some just insane stats?
Yes.
Possession.
Me and Dwayne looked at each other through the screen and we're like, are you answering or am I answering?
I mean, you're going to read it anyway. So
Possession, 74%. 74%.
Down from 76 at one point.
XG, 2.97 to 1.86. So you still technically did overperform your XG, but, not by much. 21 shots to 9, 8 on target to 6. This is the one, though. This is the stat that blows my mind. Rapids 480 passes tonight. Accurate passes, 86% completion. So that's still, I think, north of 400. I'm not great at math, but I think that's still north of 400 accurate passes completed. Minnesota, 115 accurate passes, 56% completion. So they basically completed 60 passes tonight and score 3 goals and pull a point. Insane. That is insane to me. Insane.
He's just efficient, man. That's it. Minnesota's super efficient. And the Rapids also just lacked so much defensive composure today that it just allowed Minnesota to actually come into this game and feel like they had control of it. All 3 goals of Minnesota came in the first half. Rapids started chasing, and this is what happened. The first half has not been very favorable for the Rapids the last 20 minutes of every first half. They've either gone down big or they're drawing at the half when they should be up big.
Tough. It's tough. We'll get into some players stuff and all that, but first we got to pay the bills, baby. We're talking about our friends at Toyota. We love Toyota DNVR so much so that Toyota is now the official vehicle of DNVR. Look, I want a Toyota truck. Trucks have always been a part of Toyota's DNA. For generations, Toyota has built durable legends destined for greatness, perfect for Colorado. Whether you're conquering off-road trails or hauling the weight of the world, there's a Toyota truck that's just right for you. Like the all-new 2024 Tacoma and the return of the iconic 2024 Land Cruiser coming this spring. Toyota offers 17 models with all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive like the Epic 4Runner. Toyota also currently offers more low and zero-emission vehicles combined than any other automaker. So you have all kinds of choices to reduce your carbon footprint. There are 16 different hybrid vehicles to choose from, like the Tundra iForce Max hybrid truck. Toyota SUVs take command on the road and the trail, so you can explore the road less traveled without sacrificing smooth city rides in SUVs like RAV4 and Grand Highlander. Visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. That's AutoNation Toyota Arapahoe in Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, shout out, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of the Colorado Rapids and the official vehicle of DNVR. We're also brought to you, of course, by our friends at Fubo TV. Man, we love Fubo TV over here. You know why? Because they have all the sports that we could possibly want. 140 plus live channels, not just sports. You get shows, movies, news, all that, and you can stream it all from any device. But all the Colorado sports are on there, including the Rockies. Pretty hard team to find on TV, but you can find it on Fubo. Start watching immediately with a free trial. No contract, no cable, no hassle. Just sign up and start watching. You get 1,000 hours of cloud DVR too, so go ahead. Record all your shows. You have 2 shows on, no worries. Watch one, hit the DVR after. Watch local teams while traveling because, like I said, you got the Rockies. You had the Nuggets and Avs, RIP. That was tough. But you got Copa coming up, Euros, tennis season, golf season, all sorts of stuff to watch, and you can watch it on Fubo. Go to www.fubotv.com/DNVR. That is FuboTV.com/DNVR to sign up for 15% off your first month of Fubo Pro. All right, we're back. DNVR Rapids. Yahir, Duane, Mitch. Drawing room. Any big storylines you guys are pulling out of that? I know we kind of went long on the game breakdown. We actually went a whole segment on that. Like if you had to pull one thing, you're either like one big story from this game, you guys can decide who you want to go first. But what is it that you think we need to highlight from this?
For me, the biggest thing is the defensive woes the Rapids have shown for the last 3 weeks. And it started in San Jose, where they allowed San Jose to come back and win that game. Then it comes back to RSL allowing 5 goals. And then today you allow 3. I know that it was a feel-good story by the end of it. But allowing that many goals at home is not acceptable. Being this bad defensively is not good. They need to recalibrate, refocus, and reanalyze what they're doing in that back line. And they need to communicate a little bit better. I think, to me, it has to be a big story because you have to get that straightened out because the season's about to get tough. You're about to have a lot of games in a row, and you're going to have to be able to figure it out. You can't always score 5 goals, 3 goals to win a game. You need to be able to keep the other team below 2.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, because when they went up 3-1, we're thinking, okay, we have to score 4 goals. Last time they scored 4 goals? Anybody? The game,
game?
It was the game after the Red Bull game. They beat Minnesota 4-3 at home.
Correct, yeah.
They've given up at least 4 goals 9 times since then. 9, but they haven't scored. Duane, what's your big story from this one?
It's so obvious to me that it's Kevin Cabraal. Like,
all right,
you two, and I know everybody else that are so down on Kevin Cabraal that it's like, oh well, he missed some chances tonight. He scored 2 goals for the Rapids. In context of what you just said, how many times do we actually score multiple goals? Well, Kevin Cabraal does. He did it tonight. And he finally got a header. He had a nice little chip over the goalie tonight, bring it in by himself. He was back on defense. The dude was all over the field. He was clearly the guy that the team was looking to get the ball to. He was putting in the work rate to get up front. It's wild to me that that's not more celebrated. I can think a couple weeks ago of, earlier in the season when Rafa was missing everything that was coming to him, but he got a penalty kick and everyone was peeing their pants with excitement.
To be fair,
I was like, it's a PK. And here we have Cabraal, who we've been wanting to see something from, gets 2 goals in a game, and it's like, but he missed 4 other ones. Who gives a crap? If we have to take 100 shots in a game to get 6, then you shoot 100 times, and who gives a crap about the 94 that missed as long as we get 6 and win?
Sure.
And one guy put 2 in. That's the story for me. Like,
yeah, it's a good story.
Dude was on tonight, and he missed a couple of shots, but he was playing
Duane,
both sides of the field tonight and had 2 goals to show for it. Not little, not PKs, not set pieces, but run of play, which we've all been crying and whining about. He made it happen twice.
Can I be completely fair about this, though? Why I'm really down on the storyline?
I have one too.
Yeah, so to me, it's Cabraal has had these opportunities all year long, and he hasn't capitalized on them.
Yeah.
So to me, this feels like a good game. Doesn't feel like a good Cabraal.
Going into tonight,
it's not the story of the season. It's the story of the game. That's what I'm telling you.
No, you're right. You're right. Like, I'm not saying that. Like, but to me, that's why it's so hard to can't even say that word. Satisfied the season after he said he did all those things. And you're completely right. He deserves all the credit. But for me, it's so hard when I see that. Even with like Rafa, I'm still so like iffy if he's still good or not. If I'm completely honest, because I've seen all the bad from him. That like it's really hard to set aside these kind of things from these guys because of everything that's happened in the past.
Going into tonight, and this is courtesy of FBref, versus attacking mids and wingers in the last 365 days. Cabraal, 91st percentile in non-penalty XG. That's great. 5th percentile in non-penalty goals. Right. So that's why people say,
what did he do tonight? We're talking about story of the game, and you guys are bringing up his
I'm just
career.
saying you also started that by saying that we were down on him going in, and there's a reason we were down on him going in, because he's not been very good. But now he's up over 700 minutes. He has now 4 goal contributions on the year, 3 goals, 1 assist. So he, where
does that put him on the team?
Like 6th, maybe 5th.
I think so. Yeah, because Jordy has more. I think.
I think he's 5th.
More.
I think he's 5th.
Yeah. I know
Yeah.
Amir might be tied with him.
Calvin's up there.
Yeah.
Um,
Because Cole, we got to remember, Cole's
Cole,
actually
please.
been scoring quite a bit too this season. Cole's been killing it offensively. And again, Duane, you're completely right. If you're like removing the goalposts, and we completely are, and I can admit that, but to me, it's not because I hate Cabraal, but it's because I'm just so frustrated to what he showed, and then I see a game like this, and I'm like, why can't you just do this all the time?
He's now tied for third on the team with the Braves tonight. So there you go. There you go, Duane. Good
third.
for you,
I'll take it. Wow, third place sounds pretty good to me.
I like that.
I love Sassy doing so much. He's my favorite.
Duane said he didn't have
thing. A guy will have a great game, and it's like, well, it's Kevin Cabraal, so.
And again, Duane in this is the right guy. Like, he's the one with the right take. I'm just talking through my feelings right now. I'm a couple quarters beers in. I'm talking off feelings right now. If I'm completely honest, Duane has the right take about Kevin tonight.
Guys, who do you think was the? Or do I need a storyline, or should we move on to our Five Mob segment?
No, give us your storyline.
Our storyline is you had a good team come into your house and you put up the other team put up a stinker. I already went over the stats. They were terrible. I'm sure the advanced stats make it look even worse. They were awful. And they still scored 3. Probably should have had 4. I can't believe Pookie didn't hit that one in off the post at the end there. And you somehow managed to scrape a draw. You have to crush them in this game. They need to find that killer instinct. They were sloppy in defense, and they didn't finish when they needed to. Got to clean it up. Got to get in there and tighten the screws because the schedule doesn't get any easier. You're at Houston, at Vancouver this week. Doesn't get easier. That's still good teams, and you survive. You managed to come back and scrape a point, but not good. Not good. There's so much to be mad. I'm sure. Look, like fans are going to be stoked that it was a fun, entertaining game. Late goals, late drama, almost find a winner. But I promise you, Armas and Porig and everyone behind the scenes is probably livid about the performance. Livid. I'm fine with it. I'm not that mad about it. I don't know. Do you guys think Georgie had a good game?
I think he had a good game for what he's done so far this season, but not the game that you need from a DP10. I think that's the way we quantify it. There's these metrics. I think it's better than what he's given the Rapids, but it's not what you need from that kind of guy.
Duane?
I agree. I think it's him not getting the ball, which has been one of the storylines of the season. And I mean, that's on the team as much as it is anybody getting the ball to him, so there's 2 options, right? You really start to focus for the rest of the season, being almost halfway, to focus on getting the ball to him, or you go with plan B, which is how does this team work when we don't have to just focus on getting the ball to Georgie? And that's what it was tonight. I mean, really the focus tonight was sending the ball down the side to Cabraal, or on the other side, you had Vines and Omir pushing on that side. And that's where the 2 focuses were, so it's one of those 2 options, right? And that's, for the team to decide, for Chris to decide on that.
In the, go ahead. Yeah.
No, I was just going to say, Georgie also subtweeted, I can't pass the ball to myself.
Well, I think that was in the mix zone. It was in the mix zone. Yeah. He answered a question with I can't pass it to myself.
So, like, clearly,
I didn't see that. That's hilarious.
He has some frustration to that as well. Like, he gets it. But at the same time, when you do have the ball, you got to make shit happen. And he hasn't made shit happen like the way we expected from. But regardless, I think he was better tonight, just not the level he has to be.
Vines getting closer, but Still, the defense was too bad for me to say that he had a Vines game. He's getting there though. It's close. It's coming soon. He was good with the ball at his feet tonight.
He did a great Andrew Gutman impersonation tonight.
Gutman almost had a goal today. I was watching 360 before the game. Okay. All that to say, Mihailovic was second on the team in game grades. Finished at an 8.7. Completed over 30 passes tonight. Created 8 chances. Only had 1 shot, and it was blocked. Take more shots, bud. Get yourself in position to take them. Who do you think was the highest rated Rapid?
I'll leave this one to Mr. Duane the French Brown.
I'm going with Kevin Cabraal.
Oui.
It's almost like he had a really good game tonight. It's almost like he was really, really good tonight.
He was good.
I'll take a really off and we can agree.
Nope.
Yeah, definitely not a 2 really game, Duane.
Oh, it's a duh. Really.
It's a really.
Trey. Okay. Like I said, Mihailovic was second. Cabral with a 9.1. Good for him. That's a high grade for a Rapid.
Pretty high grade.
That's a high grade for a Rapid.
Really, really good grade.
It's fine.
Who do you think was the third highest rated?
The lowest graded?
No, third highest. So it went Cabral, Georgie. Who do you think was next? Come on, Yaya. No.
Omir?
I was going to go Omir.
Omir.
He had a lot of really good passes.
He played 86 minutes, gets the assist, 21 accurate passes, 2 chances created, 2 big chances created, won the penalty, 42 touches. Pretty good. 3 recoveries on defense. Sadly, only 1 aerial duel won. There was a couple times where he got skied.
Man, we're
He's
Mexican.
not the tallest
We're not
dude on the
tall.
pitch.
Mexican people are not tall.
You're not
we
a tall
don't
people.
play
That's true.
basketball for a damn reason. We run after balls because we can't jump.
Hey, that's Eddie Nahara erasure, my guy. Come on.
Eddie Nahara from the same hometown. That's me. So
yeah, I'm saying. Come on. Come on.
One tall Mexican in the last 75 years of NBA.
Hey, he did win 5 ground duels. I thought he was all over the game tonight. He was clearly gassed.
They're gonna roll it like that's what we do.
He was pretty clearly gassed by the end of it, though. So
that Omir Rafa connection is beautiful. Honestly,
it's real.
You can tell that they really do enjoy playing together. And Armas has seen that as well, and Rafa has seen to click a lot more as well with the team.
No, it's he's starting now. Him and Rafa are 2 good friends off the field. They're 2 connected on the field. It's a lock, and he got the assist. So now, I believe that puts him at 2. Yeah, 2 goal contributions. He only needs 13 more by the end of the season for your prediction to be correct.
He got it. I'm counting Leagues Cup when they
fair enough.
And he has 7.
So he has 2 more games. Okay.
Yeah, so I count that.
Okay, fair enough.
We'll put him in Rapids too. I'll count that too.
Okay. Cole Bassett, the only
in Copa America for Mexico. I'll count those too.
Cole Bassett, 7.8, the only other Rapid in green. Rough night for the defense. No surprise. Keegan highest rated at 6.6, and like Duane said, that was he was good on offense tonight. He was very, very good on offense tonight. Very involved. But also I thought on turnovers, because when you're launching crosses, right, ball's going to land at a defender's feet. He was great at not allowing, whether it was a first or second touch for Minnesota, to not be able to launch it down, and he was mixing it up, closing those gaps, getting a foot in there, winning the ball back, or at least giving the defense time to recover. He was fantastic. That 6'6" seems harsh.
He's Keegan freaking Rosenberry.
Vines a 5'9", Ollie a 5'9", Steffen a 5'7".
That midfield was bad today, in my opinion.
I agree.
I think they're the reason that so many goals were also allowed, because their passes seem a little arrogant at times, which did allow to brass transition for Minnesota, which caught a lot of the defense on some of that, like their back foot, that allowed Steffen to be left on island.
And it cleaned up with Ronan, and I bet you Ronan starts on Wednesday, if I had to guess.
And I think that might be the right idea, man. Honestly, again, I don't think Ronan can bring to you what offensively, but he does bring calm that this team seems to be lacking a little bit.
Just chill out, relax. Okay, we have to get into our flower segment, but first we got to talk about the homies. It's Breck Brew. We love Breck Brew at DNVR. Check out Breck Brew's new West Coast style IPA. Ridge Runner Double Dry Hop Brew is inspired by the untamed beauty of Colorado's trails, hop-back infused whole cone hops, and a double dose of Citra lupulin powder. Creates notes of bright citrus and pine. Look, we love our Breck beers here. We love them. Breck Brew is the official craft beer of DNVR, and Breck Brew has a beer for any occasion. There's no better way to watch a game than having some Breck Brew. Breck Brew has been doing it for 33 years, and it all comes down to their love and passion for making good beer. Made with 100% renewable energy. Try out some of our favorites. That's Avalanche Amber Ale, Mile High City, Broncos Country Pale Ale, Fun Slinger, Good Company, and of course, Yaya's favorite, Mountain Beach. Check out the beer locator at breckbrew.com to find a Breck Brew near you. Also, quick shout out to DNVR events. We got a bunch going on, guys. Whole bunch. Is it tomorrow? Yeah. Tomorrow. We have a sweet takeover that is sold out. But that's just the cool stuff we do. Coors Field, DNVR Rockies. They got a suite. Got a whole party bus headed over there filled with Breck brews. Unlimited food in the game. They're going to have a whole bunch of fun. We got road trips coming up. That's Broncos and Buffs. We're going to Nebraska. That's going to be lit. I'm so excited for that. I'm going on that one. I'm the chaperone on that trip. Going to be a great time. And the Broncos are going to Tampa. It's going to be super fun.
I'm going to be on that one, baby.
Hell yeah, dog. I hope I get to go on that one.
It's my birthday, so I'm going to Disneyland. I'm going to stay a couple more days and go to Disney, baby.
Okay, I'm coming so I can also stay and go to Disney with you. That's going to be great. We'll get matching Mickey Mouse ears. It's going to be fun.
Let's go. Wait, now you got to go.
A big one coming up, y'all. Rapids Takeover. That is July 20th.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Duane. July.
RSL. That date's in my brain.
Our takeover's the RSL game. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh my God. If you guys want to do the Rocky Mountain Cup right, come with us to the RSL game. It's going to be fun as hell. Yaya will be wearing Shady Rays late on that one. I guarantee it.
I'm going to be broke. That's what that means.
I guarantee it, man. All right. Welcome back. DNVR Rapids, Mitch, Yaya, Duane. Any other storylines we didn't get to? Anything you guys think we missed out on that we want to touch before we give out flowers?
I'm good.
Subs?
Right now.
What about them?
How'd you guys feel about the subs? I wasn't crazy about them.
We did touch on it that, we probably would have kept Kevin on and subbed Omirov first just because he looked more tired. I don't ever want to see Jonathan Lewis play. That might seem harsh, but I haven't seen a positive impact. He just gets tunnel vision, he hesitates with the ball at his feet. I don't see what he adds. I much rather would have had Yappy out there for a target in the box, right? Lewis isn't going to collect anything in traffic. He's just not big enough.
Or I would have pushed Kevin to the other side and still had Harris come in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think when you're trying to put it away, I don't know. Kevin didn't look tired to me at all. So I was thinking, I was like, man, I hope they don't sub him off. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a coach. Maybe Armas was seeing that he looked a little gas, or maybe they were saving him for Wednesday, but it would have been interesting to finish it off with Harris, Cabral, and Rafa still in.
I just don't need Jonathan the possession stops here, Lewis.
Carmelo Anthony.
I just don't need that. I don't need Jonathan Lewis. Every shot looks good out there. I just don't need that. All respect to J. Lou. He needs to change his scenery. He needs a team that believes on him a little bit differently. But I would like somebody to believe in me the way that Armas believes in J. Lou.
I believe in you that way. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna fuck up so much because I know I have so much leash.
And here's the thing with J-Lo, and this is what really concerns me is you see the tunnel vision, right? He didn't get on the score sheet. He's in a contract year. He knows he's down the pecking order of wingers, right? So anytime he touches that field for whatever short amount of time he's given tonight, it was 4 minutes plus stoppage. He's just gonna launch, dude. He's not finding plays, and this was a problem in practice when I was there. Like, literally had to stop the drill, make the extra pass. What are you doing? That's not the move. You have a teammate saying he's wide open, pass it. It's just a bummer, man. I want to see it. I want to see it so bad. This was your night. The team is surging. They have the run of play. Be the guy that makes a play. Contract your J-Lou. Be the guy that makes a play. And it was a big, wet fart sound. That's how I feel about that.
Jonathan,
To answer your question about the subs, that's how I feel about
I think the rest of them were fine. I honestly do, because the game was tired. Like, nothing else changed. I think subs are 50-50 in hindsight for the most part. Jonathan Lewis is 90-10. Like, it's bad no matter what. But I think if you end with a 3-3 draw after being down 3-1, even after the sub, I think they're decent, at least, at minimum.
Yeah. My intention was not to bring on another J-Lou segment.
Sure. All right,
we're running.
All right, we're running long, so let's get into it. Pull up the graphic there, my boy. Boom! It's flowers from the fellas time. We're in the flower shop. We're arranging. We're hanging. We're having fun. Duane, we're gonna start with you for obvious reasons. Give us 45 seconds on Kevin Cabraal. That's all you get.
It's Kevin Cabraal, everyone. He scored 2 goals, tied for 3rd in the club for goal contributions. Played both ends of the field. High work rate. Everyone was trying to get the ball to Kevin Cabraal because he was having a great game. Nothing but flowers. I am so happy for him with all of the crap that I know he reads and has to put up with on Twitter all the time. I was just very happy for him. So happy that he had a great game. Loved seeing him score 2 goals. Loved seeing him finally get a header, which have always gone off target this season. So, man, just happy for him. That's where the flowers are going. Kevin Cabraal.
Love that. Yeah, that was 45 seconds. Good job.
Flowers to me for
flowers to you. Hey. Yeah, you're up, my boy.
It's Rafa, man.
Come on.
I'm gonna give it to the best player on the pitch. I'm sorry, Duane. You want to give it to Kevin? I'll give it to Rafa.
Rafa was awesome.
He's so dope.
Dude, we got our 9. We got the baller. We got the curly head and think looking at effort out there, scoring goals for the Rapids. And there's nothing else you want more. You want the dude to be him. Right now, it's him, Fael, and nobody else near him. That dude's the baller. He's our king. We should praise him. We should build an altar because he's scoring goals, and that price tag right now seems like a deal. And that's all we can really say about Rafa.
It's a 4.5. Look at what Musa's doing down in Dallas. He cost double that. He cost $9 million. $9 million. You know the last goal that Musa scored was the end of the game, garbage time, make it close game against Colorado. That was 6 weeks ago, something like that. And he cost double. What, that $4.5 million? I don't want to hear any more about extensions or talks or one side's doing this, one side's holding out. Sign the $4.5 million check, Josh Kroenke. Do it. Sign it.
That header was just that's soccer majesty. What we saw with that. God, that was good.
I love Rafa, man.
He's great. Absolutely great. Okay, Flowers. Connor Ronan, welcome back. You're really good at soccer. I like when you're on the field. Passing was great. Whole team calmed down when he was out there. He was fantastic. I can't wait to watch him start with this lineup because I think he will. Shout out to Ollie. You were a soldier. You were a grinder. You fit in when absolutely needed. But you might have to have some bench minutes now with our guy back.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I love Ollie. I will ride Ollie forever. He's been on this here show.
He's almost at 2,000 minutes too, which is kind of insane.
I know.
He's like at 1,300.
I know. He'll still hit
I
too.
saw that tongue in cheek, and I can't believe it's actually going to happen.
Yeah. Okay. Duane, you're back.
That's it for me. I'm going all Flowers for Cabraal.
Okay, well, you don't get another 45 seconds. You used all your Cabraal time.
I don't need it. I feel good about how I used my 45.
I think you did too. That was put it on the Duane highlight reel. Someone put it on TikTok. Yeah, who you got?
It's Omir No Fear.
Oh.
This dude is balling. He's Rafa's Robin right now. And we got the perfect little Gotham going in the final third. We got to keep these guys together. You can't take Omir off right now. They're cooking. Dude, he's a sous chef. And Rafa's out there making masterpieces in the box. I'm sorry, dude. Rafa and Omir, to me, get the two bouquets of the night. Without them and without Cabraal stepping up, this game would have been a complete thrashing. And all credit to them for being that good. That was my final flower of the night, by the way.
Omir's been icy with it this year. He's rocking the new thing is pearls. It used to be just diamond chains, but pearls are back now, and he has this dope. Omir's sick. I can't wait for him to get it going because he's going to. It's right there. It's right there. I'm gonna give flowers to captain, my captain, Mr. Rapid himself, Keegan Rosenberry.
Keegan freaking Rosenberry should be his name.
Keep cooking, yeah. Damn. On fire.
I got the nicknames loaded up. Give me a few beers, man, and I'll give everybody nicknames in the chat.
Well, Keegan was, the defense was bad tonight as a unit. I'm not going to say, I don't think he was any particularly better or worse than anyone defensively, but he was a dog when he needed to be, and he was distributing that ball everywhere. I said that weird. Distribute. Now it's just sounds, doesn't mean anything. He was passing the ball all over the place. It was good stuff. We might have lost Yahya. Everyone's like, bye, Yahya.
We knew it was coming.
He won't be here for the end, and that's okay. But yeah, Keegan was awesome. Anti-flowers for Bombi. Tough game for our guy. He'll be okay. He'll come back. He'll get flowers next. He'll get flowers on Wednesday, I bet. He was about 2 inches from getting flowers tonight with a goal. So, but you have to reward the goal. That header. If he robbed him of that header, that would have been a bummer. It was beautiful. All right. Busy week coming up, obviously. You have Wednesday game against Houston. Let's see. Yeah, at Houston on Wednesday. At Vancouver, 8:30 kickoff on Saturday. Oh, West Coast times are the worst. I'm excited. We could have 2 winners' lounges. Possible. We owe Houston one for that crap win they got here.
Yes, absolutely.
Ugh.
It's a revenge match.
Horrible. That one might be worse than the Nashville one because at least that you get a point out of the Nashville game. Houston, whatever.
Houston had a lot of guys out too. So
yeah, it's tough. So we'll see.
That was one we needed. So now we got to make up for it.
We got to make up for it. Duane, you already told me that you don't have anything to plug, so I'm going to do all the plugs.
Well, I mean, I can cover for Yaya if you want.
Nope.
I wasn't expecting Yaya to not be on.
Okay. You have to follow us on Twitter, DNVR_Rapids. That's where we post everything. We go live on Twitter. We put clips, we put polls, we put graphics. It's all on there. That's where you find everything. Takeover links, all of it's through there. Subscribe on YouTube right now while you're listening to this and watching, or if you're watching this, subscribe, like, super easy. And it goes a long way for us. We really appreciate it. Oh my God. Is that Yaya's music? Nope, it's not by Yaya.
I gotta add him. He's not coming.
Okay, we tried. What else do you have to do? Oh yeah, you already did that. Like and subscribe. Big deal. Go become a diehard at the DNVR.com. You get free merch, then discounted merch. You get 20% off at the bar, 15% off at the bar, 20% off merch, discounted tickets on events, Discord channels, all the content in the world. There's going to be a big off season, a lot of stuff to do. So make sure you're a diehard. It's super easy and it supports not just us here, but the entire network. Goes a long way. It's a bigger deal than you think. So check that out at DNVR.com. Make sure you are in the post-game lounge twice this week with us coming up. Did I miss anything, Duane?
Just one thing.
And it's
sweet, sweet thing.
The most important thing. And it's the way we end all of them, baby. Up the Pids.
We all silly like the mayor.